sir. What is going on, YouTube? It's your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, and we back at it with another Forza Horizon 3 build video, man. If you guys guessed it, we are back at it with another request. And if you guys had any guesses or even saw the title, if you saw the title, you probably know what's coming, man. But if this Rolls-Royce right here is not a dead giveaway, I don't know what is, man. But today we have a special request coming from one person in particular on YouTube, and that request comes from Amal Jerry, and he wants to see a Rolls-Royce drift build, man. Now, we did already do this Rolls-Royce Wraith on the channel. I'm gonna say about 2-3 months back now. Putting out a video a day, time really does fly, and you know, it seems like just yesterday, but in all honesty, man, it's probably close to a couple months now. So what I think we should do for this one, since we did already build the 2014 Rolls-Royce Wraith, I think we need to take care of the 2016 Rolls-Royce Dawn. Now, this essentially looks like the same vehicle, except this one here is a drop top. So I'm going to assume you can already see the speed down quite a bit here on the Dawn, but everything else seems to be pretty much the same now. Less horsepower on the coupe less horsepower on the drop top and more weight, obviously, but by the time we're done with this thing, man, I think it's going to be plenty powerful. So let's go ahead, jump up inside this bad boy. Now, you guys know I like to start out with a nice little manufacturer color. There's the little purple that we had on the other car, and I'm probably not gonna stick with the manufacturer for this build, simply because I kind of want to do something completely custom. Whereas with the Wraith, we did not. I'm gonna start out with this nice little silver here. We'll probably change that up a little later on in the build. So we're gonna go ahead and buy this bad boy up. Now, before we get started with this one, if you guys are new to the channel, definitely don't forget to smash that subscribe button, man. New builds coming out every single day, and if you guys do have a request, drop it down in the comments section, man. Been seeing a lot of repeat requests for builds that have already been done in the past, so if you guys see somebody request something that's already been done on the channel, just let them know, man. The channel's been between my main channel, youtube.com/Denali, link will be down in the description. Between the two channels, to be honest, it's very difficult for me to moderate every single comment, and I mean, I get tons of requests every single day, obviously, from the gaming channel, and it's hard for me to see every single comment. I usually skim through the comments once a week, which is Monday, and that is usually the day that I record all my videos, and then I just set them scheduled to release throughout the week, and that kind of works for me, as opposed to every single night have to record a new video and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely if you guys see somebody who is requesting something that's been done on the channel, definitely let them know so they can, you know, make a new request, because like I said, I've been seeing a lot of those repeat requests, and I'm sure, you know, if you guys scroll down a little bit in the channel, you guys will probably see a lot of interesting builds that you might already want to see on the channel, man. So yeah, but I think we're gonna sit here and skim through a couple of wheel options. You guys know I like to do that, so I'm gonna go ahead and take care of that. When I find something I like, I'm gonna hit you guys back up. Now, since this is going to be a drift build, I want to keep something kind of a tuner look to it. So I think I'm going to go with these Koenig afterburners. Now, I am noticing a nice little holographic or neochrome lip going on there. Now, I'm probably going to switch up the color a little later on in this build, but I do like the style of this wheel. I like the lip. I like the style of the spokes, how they kind of curve in at the top. So I think that's going to really make this thing look more like a drift car and less like a luxury vehicle. Now, obviously, as far as the transmission goes, we're just going to go ahead and install a race transmission, because I'm going to do a few things to the motor here, and I think we're really going to need to adjust that final drive line, especially if we want to find that sweet spot. Race brakes, obviously a must, especially for such a big vehicle like this. Heavy vehicles obviously need a little more braking power to stop, and I know that once we get this thing tuned correctly, it's definitely not going to be easy to stop. We're going to do a sport weight reduction just because, you know what, actually, I'm going to go full weight reduction. There's no need to be putting in any type of extra weight on this car. Now, I'm interested to see what will happen if we do a roll cage here. Oh, that's kind of interesting. As much as I don't like the look of that for this car, that's definitely kind of a rat rod build. Let me know if you guys want to see a Rolls-Royce rat rod build, man, because I guess that would be kind of cool if we did something like that. But we're going to skip that for the time being, just because I like the look of it without. Now, as far as the engine goes, I'm going to do some intake and exhaust upgrades right off of the bat. Now, this thing is twin turboed from the factory, so we're definitely going to upgrade that twin turbo. We're going to need a little bit more power. As you guys saw, the Wraith had more power stock from the Dawn. Now, this thing is newer and it's heavier, so to me, it would only make sense that this thing actually made more power than the Wraith. So aside from a few bolt-ons, we're not going to get too carried away. I'm going to go ahead and install this setup. $51,000 to a car that cost a little over $300,000. I say we're doing pretty good, man. So next up, obviously, we're going to jump into the tuning. Now, I'm not too big as far as tuning goes. Really, the only thing that I like to do is make the cars look good. Typically slammed in stance. Really, a majority of my videos that got super popular on the channel, when the channel was, not as big as it is now, they were all slammed in stance builds, man. So I'm going to keep going with that theme, since a lot of guys typically wouldn't come to me for, a legit tune. There's definitely videos out there if you want to know how to legit tune a car that you can look up to. But for me, man, I'm just trying to make it look good, and I think slammed out like this, that's something that you're not going to see every day, man. I think that's going to look pretty dope on this car. Now, I did say I wanted to switch up the color, so I'm going to go with a special color. And what I'm thinking we're probably going to do is switch up one of these two-toned polished here. So I'm just going to, select a few different colors, see what I like. And what's going to work for this thing. So what I decided to do is go with like a nice red flake. Now this color here, relatively bright as far as the reds go, but I don't know if we could advance. There we go. If you can look closely, it's kind of tough to tell, but there is definitely a red kind of flake in there. Actually, it's really difficult to tell in this light, because we have a red base coat and a red flake, almost identical color, but I think it's going to be a little bit different than the regular red that you can choose. As far as the hood goes, we're not going to do anything crazy as far as ricing it out. I do, however, want to paint those wheels because I'm not entirely a fan of those Koenigs. Let's check out a few special colors here. Now, I am a fan, however, of just the straight chrome or the steel polished. I do kind of like those, but I think these wheels deserve an all black look, especially with this car, man, with that black interior. It's too bad we couldn't black out all the chrome and, that front grille. That would really look mean, but I think this is going to look good nonetheless. Now, because this thing is going to be a, quote, drag car, I think we need a couple sponsors. So what I'm going to do is just jump into the vinyl section here, throw a couple decals on the side just to make it look a little more race car-like. Nothing too crazy, just something to make it look a little more race car-like. Now, everybody knows that, typically stickers add between 5 to 10 horsepower. So, we're adding quite a bit of horsepower here as far as that goes. So, I'm pretty happy with the way things are looking. We're going to save this to the car now. And with that being said, we are just about ready to hit the road here. Now, obviously, first things first, what I want to do is get a nice little 360. I'm going to ride this thing just out into the sun here. Now, it looks like the sun's beaming directly straight on. As you can see here, it actually looks like kind of a candy red. Nothing too aggressive at all. It's actually quite darker than I thought it was going to be. You can barely see those stickers on here. But nonetheless, I think it's still relatively classy for a Rolls-Royce here. Now, obviously, the name of the game was a drag build, so we're going to see if we can get this thing sideways. Now, right off of the bat, I'm noticing that big old back end, man, definitely wants to swing around, which is a good sign. We're off to a good start already. Now we are in the, you know, the right area for this, right downtown in the city. Second gear seems to be the start out gear, but these gears very close together. Shifting into a third there, sorry, mid drift. Very heavy, taking these very wide. But surprisingly easy to control here. Do a little bit of a pull. Got somewhat of a straightaway. Looks like a lot of people racing up here. I mean, this is pretty impressive for a big boat of a car. Let's get an interior. Oh, just wrecked the Rolls. Look at that interior though, man. That nice Rolls-Royce emblem sticking up off the hood, man. This thing's luxury, to be honest. This thing isn't even... You just need to cruise around in this. Forget drifting. All that good stuff. We're still going to drift a little bit, but... Listen to that motor pull, man. Twin turbo. Not sure if this is a V8. I mean, I know that Rolls-Royce back in the day, real big on the, you know, the V12s and stuff like that. I'm not sure if they're steering away from that. I mean, I know with emissions laws and like gas guzzler fees and taxes and all that stuff, man, I don't even really know if that's a thing right now. But it used to be, and I know a lot of manufacturers like Ferrari, Lamborghini kind of steered away from the, well, not so much Lamborghini. I know Ferrari did, man. They got away from the big V10, V12 engines, starting doing like smaller displacements with turbos. That could be the case here, man. I didn't actually get a look at the engine displacement. I probably should have looked at that before we started out here, but what better place to test out our drift build than in the unofficial, I should say, drift parking lot of Forza. Oh, took her a little too wide there. So this thing most certainly has the power to get the back end out. As you can see there, second gear, banking it off the rev limiter there. I think third gear really is the money gear, even though down low, it takes a second for that torque to kick in and those back wheels to start spinning. But yeah, I'm gonna say third gear for this build, definitely the money gear. The money, and we in the Rolls-Royce, no, you know, no coincidence there. Yeah, this thing's actually pretty impressive. Oh, kicking the back end out. Fast shifts at least. That's one thing I could say. The transmission, definitely when you're in mid-drift and you just, you know, shift her into gears, most definitely quick. Quick enough to keep the back end out and tire spinning. Damn, this thing is beauties, man. Really like that dark candy paint too, you know. I was thinking of doing something bright, like a bright red, but after the way this turned out, I mean, if you were to look at it, it looks like it could almost be like a subtle OEM color, you know. It's not flashy. It's something that Rolls-Royce will have a nice color, but not too crazy and out there. I think we can call this one a success, man. Let's hit a couple more corners here. She's a beauty, man. Running her hot. Oh, getting the high beams from that guy. He was not happy to see this big old thing coming around the corner. And we just ran into a GT. So that is like pretty much an epic mashup right there. Ford GT, Rolls-Royce crashing into each other mid-drift. Not something you would want to happen in real life. Looks like the sun is not going to cooperate with me on this side of the road. You guys know how I do it. I like to just steal people's driveways, make it look official, make it look like we own a house in this game. You know what I mean? Even though it's nothing like Grand Theft Auto. You ain't Gran Turismo, man. You ain't buy no houses in Gran Turismo. But we like to dream, man. You know, just give you guys an idea what this thing would look like parked up. Oh, now the sun's moving quick, man. All right, I'll tell you what we're going to do real quick. Since this is the Rolls-Royce build, oh, this guy over here looks super pimp. All right, we're gonna take up the whole street here, I think. That sun's moving, man. All right. So with that being said, I'm thinking we are probably gonna put an end to this video. So as always, if you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to smash that like button. If you guys want to see more and you are not subscribed yet, smash the subscribe button. If you guys do have any requests, drop them down in the comments section. We getting that $1,000 for the Rolls-Royce Dawn. Man, I got all kinds of photos. Look at that, 202 photos. Pays off, man, doing these little thumbnail screenshots at the end of the videos. So as always, I am your boy Denali, aka Don Squally, signing off. I just want to say thank you guys for watching, man. We're gonna catch y'all mofos at the next one. Peace. Don't die. Oh shit, where you going, bro? Don't be creeping on my friend. Don't be creeping on my friend. You and your homie. Oh, nut shot. Nut shot. Oh, buddy. Let's go. And your boy, man. Get him out of here. Oh, you fucking. Oh my God.